Good afternoon. We are in Wales in the Brecon Beacons and we are looking out for white-throated dippers.
Yes, we are.
Yes. I'll pop a link up here to our previous video because we've been to this location before.
We have.
And when we came last time, we mainly concentrated on the waterfalls, didn't we?
Mm-hmm.
We did include a couple of dipper pictures, but we mainly concentrated on the waterfalls. So this time we've come to just do the dippers.
Yes.
Yes. If we get some waterfalls, that's a bonus. But this video will just be about the white-throated dippers.
Yep, trying to get some video of it doing its thing.
Bobbing or dipping.
Dipping. And just general behaviour. Might see it swim.
Yeah,
because
well,
they swim.
They do.
They actually proper. Oh,
that's the robin
that's the
again,
robin,
isn't it?
yeah,
I think
we
so.
keep seeing this robin hanging
Yeah.
around. Yeah. So keep watching and
Yeah, hope you enjoy.
keep your fingers crossed for us.
This is our pathway. Loads of overgrown tree roots. With all our equipment, it's quite a tricky job. Rich, everyone, attention. Rich found the first dipper we filmed.
Yes. Is that it?
Congratulations.
Oh. I just said, did I not? Correct me if I'm wrong. This looks like a likely spot. Did I not say that, Gemma?
There's been many likely spots.
No, but did I not say that this particular bit here looked like a likely spot?
Well
we
done,
set up,
Richard.
we got all our gear out, we got our roll mats
Lord
out,
Richard.
and then there was one almost opposite.
Well done, Richard. Did you spot it?
I didn't spot it, no.
Oh, who
But
spotted it?
we never would have seen that one if we would have carried on walking. It was because I had a feeling about this particular space.
Sir Richard. Well done. This is our setup. We've been sitting on the roll mats with the tripods out slightly and our cameras. I've been changing from my Tamron 70 to 200, 2.8, with and without the converter, a 1.4 converter, and my Sigma 150 to 600. But the dipper has been in quite some dark areas, so I've preferred to shoot with the Tamron. And Richard's been shooting with his 2 to 500 5.6 Nikon lens. We've both been doing a variety of shutter speeds because we're really having to play hard with the ISO.
Just realised I've spent the last 4 or 5 minutes speaking to the camera and I didn't press the record button. So I'm not sure if I'm going to repeat myself, but here goes again. Got down to the waterfront. We can see the dipper set up on a tripod, having to play around with the ISO and the shutter speeds a bit because the dipper is sitting in darkness. It's very dark where he or she has decided to sit. So I am shooting different exposures, one with a higher ISO that I don't really like of about 6400, but with a shutter speed of about 1/600th of a second. And then I've gone the other way and gone all the way down to 1/100th of a second and got the ISO down to about 1000, which is much more acceptable. Shooting on a tripod, like I say, so I probably will get away with the 100th of a second because the dipper doesn't make many micro movements, which is a good job really. It doesn't twitch about like the smaller songbirds tend to. In fact, it tends to sit very still when it's not washing or preening. Gemma did see one swim earlier today. So this is my setup. Having to use a tripod because the dipper is behind some rather tall rocks, so unfortunately I'm shooting higher above the water than I would ideally like, but if I go any lower with the camera you can't see the dipper, so it is what it is. Shot some video, got some stills, so we're having a good afternoon. Gemma is further along the water. She's managed to get a bit closer to the dipper. Looks like she's shooting with the 200mm 2.8. She might have it on the teleconverter, I don't know. I'd have to ask her. So, the first dipper we have seen, or we have videoed, appears to be a juvenile. You can tell by the slightly greyer head and more messy plumage, if you like, on the breast. It's still growing, it's getting its adult plumage. Beautiful little bird. You can see they blink a lot, dippers, to keep their eyes protected, because obviously they spend a fair bit of time underwater catching their food, and they've got like a white membrane. This is an adult. It's a bit further along the river. You can clearly see when it blinks the white membrane, protective membrane it has over its eye. They do walk underwater, apparently. Maybe we'll have to invest in some underwater equipment. I haven't told Gemma yet, but that might be fun. Yeah, they swim, dive, and they actually walk along the bottom of the riverbed, catching little insects and whatever they do catch. Bobbing up and down, doing its thing. They nest pretty much where they feed as well, in little crevices and that, and they can nest right near waterfalls. They like it for protection. They pair bond as well, but they only meet up during the breeding season. And off it goes.
Here at the Brecon Beacons, it is heaving with dippers. So heaving. There's loads, and we've only been walking for like 2-3 hours. Heaving with dippers, and we've hardly even got to the areas that we got to last year. There's tons and tons of areas for them to go. There's also some gorgeous grey wagtails, but they have been quite fleety, and various other birds, thrushes, blackbirds, robins, all sorts of stuff. We're back with our vlogging gear and all of our equipment, and we're going to pack up and make the 2 hours walk back to the car. We were so knackered, weren't we? Trying to get back and changing our soppy wet shoes that we forgot to say goodbye. What do you do?
Yeah, we did forget to say goodbye.
So
goodbye.
Yeah. Goodbye. Hope you enjoyed the dippers, and see you next time.
Bye.
We're about an hour in our journey to see the dippers at the Brecon Beacons, and Rich has had a crash with his drone. Don't know if you can see. I was trying to convince him to walk through the water. He's down there somewhere, but he managed to cut across this little stream and climb up the bank to get to the drone, and he's there. A little bit hairy. Rich looks like he's about to give birth. What's that? A shadow. So every time we found one, it's often on its own. Here at the Brecon Beacons, there's Rich with his beanbag set up. Posing.